Hey creative friends, I have been trying to find time to sit down and talk to you for weeks, and I just haven't until now. So hello, it's been a while, I've missed you. I was on a very long holiday, which was very enjoyable, and then I've been I was actually sick when I got back from it. I'm not gonna get into it, I got sick when I was traveling, as I always do. And then I kind of rolled into work and I had a market yesterday. It was pretty fun. I had made some new friends, which was cool. So I thought I would finally sit down and do what I've been intending to do, which is first show you a little haul of some of the art or stationery products that I bought when I was traveling, and secondarily show you some pages from my sketchbook that I did when I was in Italy. So context for my trip, I like to always go on a trip on my birthday, which is early May. I don't always do, but I like to, is what I mean. So this year I went with my whole family and we went to England, and then to Italy in the middle, and then back to England. And then they went back home and I stayed a couple extra days. But during those couple extra days, I got what I thought was like laryngitis because I was talking so much. I was basically playing tour guide for like the whole trip. But then maybe it was just COVID, I don't know. Anyway, I got better and now I'm home and it was really good. I feel very creatively refreshed. I did a ton of sketching. I filmed like nothing when I was traveling, which was very intentional because I wanted to actually give myself a break. I had a great birthday, saw lots of things I liked. It was just really fun. So, but I'm happy to be home. I'm being productive and creative and doing lots of things. So first, let me show you what I got, like my little haul. And then I'm gonna take my camera and put it in my overhead thing, and I'll show you some pages in the sketchbook. I didn't fill the sketchbook. I kind of hoped I would, but it was a bigger book. Even though it's little, it's like a lot of pages. Anyways, let's get into it. Where did I put that pile of stuff? It's kind of everywhere now. Hold on. Okay, I think I found everything. I have just like this isn't all of it, but like this little pile of like wrapped goods, because a lot of these things I didn't unwrap because I was waiting for this video to show you guys what I got. Because we have the same interests. I know that you all love like little stationery, cute things, paper goods, and also like inspiration for your businesses, which is part of why I love going and seeing new shops. So I'm gonna save this one thing for last. So I'll show you some England things. This is a card that is wrapped, but I've been waiting to unwrap it. It is from Choosing Keeping in London, which is a very, very pretty stationery store. I'd never been there before, but it's got this pretty, I know it's not in focus. I don't have autofocus on my camera, so it just sort of is what it is. But it's like a beautiful sticker in this glassine bag. But, do I have to tear the sticker? I already did. Okay, I'm just tearing the sticker. Sorry, little sparrow. I bought this card because it's so Beatrix Potter coded. I don't think it is a Beatrix Potter illustration because it doesn't say so, and I don't recognize it, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll open this up and find out. So this is the illustration. It's like a bunny and some little critters in a boat on the river. This is so my vibe. Okay, it says Foxwood Tales greeting cards, Secret Valley. So I'm assuming that that's who it's by, someone who also is very inspired by Beatrix Potter. This was one I bought to frame, not to give away. Oh my gosh, I love having long nails. It's important to me spiritually at this point, but man, I cannot open stuff. That's the card for reference. It says Secret Valley is the name of the piece. Illustrations by Brian Patterson, 2023. Oh, this is really recent. And text by Cynthia Patterson. Oh, maybe they're like a picture book artist? That would make a lot of sense. Anyways, it's very possible when I buy things like this that everyone else knows what this is and I don't. Or maybe like everyone in the UK would know. That's the back of the card. It's got like a full little bio. It's very cute. Anyways, shout out to the Pattersons. Extremely cute. Okay, so that was from Choosing Keeping. When I was in York, which is another place I spent some time on this trip, I went to a little shop which I found on Google Maps actually, which is a wild place to learn about artists, called Just Smile Designs. And this is, from my understanding, an illustrator and her mom runs the shop. And so they're like a team, which is awesome because I worked with my mom for a long time, so that's the vibe I like. But the little shop is so cute. It was like something out of a fever dream. It was just full of beautiful, delightful things. And this person's illustrations. So these are the two things I got. I got this hedgehog iron-on patch, which I am obsessed with. I have another iron-on patch I got in Toronto last year that I might want to put on a jacket, so maybe I should do like a whole jacket of like adorable patches. So I got that, and I also got a sticker sheet that is all hedgehog stickers. I think probably, yeah, like the same illustration, like this sticker right here is the same illustration, but this one's the patch. And I love that. Like I really admired this artist's collection because they had repurposed the designs on so many different products, and that's like I really inspired me. And look at this cute little thank you note. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, it says, "Thank you so much for supporting my little shop. I hope you love your purchases. I have a pink shop located in New York." It was pink. That made it really easy to find. And it looks like they have a YouTube. So I'll link. If there's anything to link in this video, I will link it below because I think it's really cool. Oh, these are from Castle York. Nope, that's not what it's called. Castle Howard, which was outside of York. And I went there when I was staying there. I just like postcards because I put them up on my wall. So I got like a castle picture, very misty and moody. I got this one of like an interior that was very fancy. I liked that room a lot. Then I got this painting, which must have been hanging somewhere in the house that I didn't see, but it was of this, what's it called? Girl with pigs. And I don't know, I just feel like I could be girl with pigs, you know? Extremely cute. This was my favorite one. Yeah, when I was in London, I mostly bought stuff for Dungeons and Dragons. I bought some dice and like a campaign booklet. I bought a lot of clothes and hair accessories and acrylic nails, or like press-on nails. So I don't have those for my artist haul, but rest assured, I did still do lots of shopping. In Rome, I got this, which I was very excited about. It is a ceramic tile you can hang. That's the back of it. It says Handmade, Italy, Creart, Roma. That's the brand right there. So my understanding, first of all, I saw this because Cave Canem is what it says, which is beware of dog in Latin. This image was on the front of some of my Latin textbooks when I was doing my, I think probably my undergrad is when I studied mostly Latin. And I just was really fond of it. It's a mosaic from Pompeii. So this is, it looks like mold and like poured in and then like painted over. I think that's how it's made. The woman in the shop, who's very nice, and obviously like I don't know a lot of Italian. I went there and I did my best, and people were very kind and accommodating with my English. But she explained that her husband makes these pieces and she runs the shop. So yeah, I was really excited to have it. So I'm gonna hang this somewhere. And that's cute. It reminds me of my trip, but also all the many, many years I spent studying classics. Oh, I forgot something else I got in England. Sorry. Going out of order again. I went to an art supply shop, which was it the Graphic Center? I will put this text on the screen if I forget. It was near Seven Dials. I did most of my shopping near Seven Dials. And I bought some art supplies, so I just got 2 tubes of paint, watercolor, Cotman's Rose. It's just cheaper to buy it there with the exchange rate than to buy it here. So I got cadmium orange and rose madder. Just 2 colors I didn't have. And I got this little pack of paper, which I think is so cute. This is what it was wrapped in. It was made in India, and I really love these. I'll show you closer up when I do my overhead thing, but they're just like individual little sheets with like a decal edge, which I didn't know that I loved, but I do. And I started doing little watercolor paintings on them when I was traveling, so I have a couple done. I think that one was really nice too. I'll show you these more close up after. But yeah, I wish I had bought like 100 of these because they're so nice and I'd love to make them and sell them, but I'll have to get more paper to do that. What else did I get in Rome? I got some more postcards. I went to this Leonardo da Vinci exhibit, which was reproductions of a lot of his inventions, which I thought was cool. Like it kind of felt like an off the beaten path kind of exhibit. It wasn't like huge or glitzy, but it was just kind of fun, and it was nice and cool down in the area where it was hosted. So I enjoyed that, but I got these postcards just to add to my collection, which were just some like sketches. Where's in focus here? Sketches of different machines and things. I don't know, they were just kind of painterly and I liked them. I actually don't know why I got this one. This one's kind of weird. I think I was just feeling a little overwhelmed. I got a magnet there too, but it's on my fridge. I did not do a good job preparing for this haul. Okay, and sort of wrapping up the more exciting stuff I got in Italy. One thing I really wanted to get was some paper because I did a virtual marathon. It was a big thing during the pandemic. I don't know if you did them too, along the Amalfi Coast. And when I finished, I got this medal that had like a whole booklet about paper making on the Amalfi Coast. And it kind of made me think like, hey, I would like some of that paper. So my goal was to buy Italian paper for art. So this is one thing I got. This is a little pack of 30 sheets. It's 200 GSM artisanal. I think it's decollage too. Yeah, paper. So, oh, there's an English version there. Yeah, 30 cotton ivory sheets, 200 GSM, worked according to the ancient artisanal tradition and completely handmade. So it's cotton paper. The shop that I got this from, which was this, Manufactus, made in Italy, they had like really nice leather goods, and this is actually a refill for their leather covered journal, but I didn't really want to buy a journal because I would not use it. So I just got the refill. And I haven't actually opened this, so let's do that and see how pretty the paper is. Oh, it's really nice. Oh no, it's so nice. Okay, this is, you can't feel the texture, but it's like, it's cotton paper, so it feels sort of like fabric. And that's it inside. All these sheets are like bound and tied with like, not straw. I can't think of words. Anyways, this is extremely luxurious and very intimidating to use. But I'm in this new thing where I'm like, I'm not saving art materials anymore. I'm not saving supplies because why would I, like, they're not, what would I save it for? I'm just going to use things. So I got this first, and then I was like, this is too precious to use. I need to get something else. So I went to another art supply store and got this notebook. It's Fabriano, which is a brand that you've probably heard of. I was just researching like Italian paper makers, and that came up a lot. And so I wanted to get a Fabriano sketchbook. So I did. The pattern says it's based on mosaics in Venice, and I really liked the paper in it. So that is, and it's got this really pretty end paper with like crests on it. So I'll show you how much did I fill? I did that much of it, this part, on the trip. And it's not all watercolored in yet. I kind of thought I would finish it before doing this video, but I did a lot of it and it's really cute. So I will show you that with the overhead. I got this marker, which I love, and it's just a Pentel marker from Japan. But it's sepia and I love it. It's like a brush tip marker. I don't even know what to tell you what size it is. Water-based pigment ink. Anyways, I use this in the sketchbook and I could watercolor over it, even though I definitely thought it would smear in the water. It didn't. So that's great. So that is almost everything. The last thing I got is my most favorite exciting thing, which is this little package. So we were staying in the Aquilino neighborhood. I think that's where we were. And I was searching because I was there my birthday and everyone was sleeping in a lot. I wanted to do something nice. So I looked for art supply stores nearby and I found one just around the corner called Bordi, and I was really excited to see that they made handmade pastels. So that's what this is. This is a box of very, very expensive, beautiful, luxurious handmade chalk pastels from my very fun trip. And I got these as a birthday present from my mom because I took her with me to the shop. It was such a cool experience. The guy who worked there was super nice. I used my very rough Google Translate Italian to try and be like, I saw this on Instagram, and they don't have a shop online. They were very small online presence. So I couldn't find out how much they were. I didn't know anything going into it, but I knew I was going to buy like a small pack. And then my mom said, let's get this one and it'll be a present. So I will unwrap this now and show you because I've already busted into it. You can see the package is already open. They have been making these pastels. The guy who's running it is the son of the owner, I think. But he showed us a painting on the wall that was, I'm probably going to get this wrong. It was like his great uncle who invented the recipe for these pastels. And he showed us in the glass case the book where he wrote the recipe. So like, it was like being in a museum, an art museum. It was so fun. And he helped me pick out the colors because I said I wanted to do like a landscape palette because I've been doing a lot of landscapes lately. So let me get back into this. First of all, beautiful packaging. It was all closed up. And this was one of those like really old school Italian shops where like there's not like a lot of merchandise on the floor. You have to get people to help you to tell them what you want, which is very intimidating for the socially anxious. And I'm being a little careful with this because these pastels are packed in hay, like straw, to keep them safe, which is a good thing, but it's very messy. Well, let me show you. Okay, first it's in this beautiful box, a really nice box. I know because I order things like this for businesses and they are expensive boxes. That just says like extra fine quality, soft pastel art for art, artisanal, from Bordi, which was opened. This exact shop was opened in, I think it said 1911, but it says 1910 on the box. So here are my beautiful pastels. If you don't mind the extra straw on them, they still are beautiful. They're just a little hard to clean off. This is the palette I got. So there's black, brown, and then like an olivey green, some lighter greens, and then blues and a white. I don't know how to use these. I am excited to learn. They are very messy. I've played with them a little bit, and I'm not going to show you like a full tutorial or anything because, well, first of all, I don't know. But I'm going to do a whole separate video on using these because I need to learn, and it's just a big commitment. We've already been sitting here chatting for a while. So yeah, but they have Bordi stamped in them and they are so cool. They are like chalk, right? So you think pastel, or at least I think pastel, I think oil pastel, which I do have a little bit of familiarity with. And I've also done digital pastel, which obviously is not the same tactile medium, but I do know how the colors blend a little bit from using that too. So I've watched some YouTube videos on people using not these same ones, but just chalk pastels, and they seem to be very difficult. So I'm excited for a challenge. This is what they look like. They're like hand rolled. That's why they're like lumpy little lumps. And they're just very precious. I just think they're really cute. I am excited to use them. Do I want to do a tester for you? I'll do like a swatch. Hold on. So sorry, I can't do it in front of the camera. It's just like, that's it lightly, but this is just like chalk. So it blends. You can smudge it around. I'm imagining that it's probably very light fast, which is one of the big qualities that I'm probably paying for in these. Anyways, I think this box was like 60 euro for all of these. That may make you gasp, perhaps, but it was a present. So anyways, so that's my haul. I'm covered in chalk now and hay. I'm going to clean this up and then I'm going to move my camera and I'm going to show you some of my sketchbook, if that sounds cool. I don't know if I have any footage from my trip. I'll put it in here as like a segue between sections if I filmed anything. I'll clean up and then we'll look at the sketchbook together.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back.
All right, so here is my sketchbook from my trip. So first of all, I just shoved a bunch of stuff off of this table and now the camera's shaking. This was a mess formerly, and now it is a workspace. This is my supplies for this sketchbook. The book I already showed you that I bought at where I bought it at Poggi, P-O-G-G-I art supply. Really liked it. I got this brush pen there as well. Brush sign pen pigment, SESP15. If you're curious, the tip looks, it's a white table. Tip looks like that. Yeah, I really liked it. And this is the watercolor set that I traveled with, that I built. So it's a Winsor and Newton palette. I really like these. I have a few of them. This is my newest one, so it's very clean. And it has, I think these 4 came with it. This is the brush it comes with that I love. It like packs up like that. I added these colors to the palette. These were from another Winsor and Newton palette that I have. This was just green paint in a tube that I put in here. The colors don't really show up. I don't know. This is a weird spot to be filming. It's like kind of evening, so it's getting gray and it's gray outside. So apologies if the colors aren't popping. I'll try and up the saturation. But this is olive green, which is my favorite green for foliage and is probably the only green you're going to see in this sketchbook. I also use this color a lot. This would be really informative if I could tell you what the color was. Let me see. Does the little tray say it? Hold on, I'm going to lose all my paints when I do this. No, I didn't. Okay. It says on the little side of the pan. Raw umber. So I used raw umber for all of the buildings that you'll see that are like ancient buildings. I think most of Rome is raw umber colored. So those are the predominant colors I used. Just thought I'd show you my supplies. I'll leave that there. It is somewhat visually appealing. So before I open this, this is not like a fine art sketchbook. This is me seeing things and just doodling it. This is a doodle sketchbook. So first, this is my room window. I had a very beautiful view in my apartment. You could basically spend all your time painting windows in Rome, I feel, because they're all like so unique and interesting. We were over a square that was so loud and busy 24/7 that we had to keep all this shut, which would be probably pretty brutal in the summer, but this was an air conditioner that we didn't have to use because it was just perfect temperature every day. And I also really liked all these diamond floor tiles. Everywhere had diamond floors. These are just some sketches of some things that I ate. These are all pastries. A cannoli, this pistachio bun. I ate that on my birthday. Maritozzi. Again, sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. That was like a pastry that was very popular. And then this was the chocolate cake I had on my birthday, which was like a deconstructed chocolate cake with chantilly cream. This is the front of the art store where I bought my pastels, which I think turned out pretty cute. This is that raw umber color that I used everywhere. But I was just trying to make this sketchbook like very casual, very much like stuff I saw. Why did I draw a strawberry there? Actually, that's so weird. I thought I was trying to make these pages really cohesive, but I have a strawberry. A couple more views. So some of the supplies at Bordi Art Store. This is the Colosseum. If you walk towards it through the park that has the Domus Aurea in it, this is like the view of it as you go down that hill. Yeah, it was a hill. And these are just some stairs. Since I was leading the tour for my family, everyone was kind of just believing everything I said. And when we passed this pretty staircase, I said to my mom, like, I was like, I could just tell you guys that this is the Spanish Steps and you wouldn't really know. You just think it is. And like, in a funny way, like I wasn't trying to make fun of them for not knowing. And she's like, yeah, these are like, you could just do a whole tour of off-brand Rome and just, these are like called the Portuguese Steps or something. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so I drew it. And some beautiful flowers and a table and chair I didn't finish. Not everything in this is painted. This is a restaurant we went to that I had a really good lunch. I really wanted to eat Roman-style artichokes, and I did, and they were delicious. I also had bruschetta, and I drank a lot of Coke Zeros while I was there. And the restaurant was called Benso, so that's it if you're interested. I really liked it. And just a couple of decorations. One of the things I look for a lot, because drawing a huge like monument is very overwhelming, especially when you're working in a little sketchbook and just doing doodles. So I'm often looking for just like little architectural features. And luckily, Rome provides. So there's a lot of these like little roses or little flower details that I loved. This was just like a little winged lion. There was little patterns that I copied everywhere. So yeah, these are just little bits of architecture that I liked. This was one of the buildings outside of the Capitoline Museum, which was really pretty and probably the only full building I really drew and kind of fudged it a little bit. But this is just one paint color. This is just raw umber, which just goes to show that you don't actually have to bring a ton of art supplies with you when you travel. Like I just layered the paint several times and I think it looks very dimensional. Just did the further away stuff darker. So it wasn't super complicated. I tried to draw some things from inside that I didn't paint, but the chandeliers are really hard to draw, especially when they're not symmetrical, is what I learned. There's a really rough sketch of one of the rooms inside. And then there was this bowl that had these, it was an ancient Roman bowl. I think it was Roman. Full of these fish designs in a circle. And I was crazy about them, especially this guy. And I didn't paint them because, well, I think because they were white on a black bowl. So I don't know what color to make them. But these are just designs that were either on or inspired by that bowl. This is other stuff in the museum. So there was a chariot, which I was very happy to draw. This was an attempt at trying to do some of the designs on the chariot that just didn't, it was too detailed. And this is, I believe, Marcus Aurelius as Hercules, the statue. I'll put on the screen if I'm wrong. I don't really draw people a lot, and his expression was very funny. And when I drew it, it came out extremely funny. So apologies to this emperor. But I think it is actually a pretty good sketch for me. And I think the painting with the shading did a lot to define the different sections of the statue. So this was sort of a really good study for me in terms of learning about values in more of a cartoon style. I'm interested in cartooning. I have no ideas yet, but I would really like to do some sort of cartoon work this year, like a comic book or something. So this was just a good practice piece. On this side, this is, again, is that Marcus Aurelius again on the horse? There's a big bronze horse. And what I was doing with the color here, I was trying to emulate the patina that came across, and I didn't have a good yellow, although looking at this, I probably should just use this yellow. I was trying to do the green and the bronze color together. Anyways, you get the idea. I think that drawing horses is very challenging, and I'm happy with how this guy turned out. Working with the brush pen marker is sort of like first shot, no second chances. So that was a good way to force myself to be more creative. And all these roses, I just saw roses everywhere on this trip. So they're just based on different photos I took. A very questionable sketch of the Remus and Romulus statue of the she-wolf. Kind of looking like a wolf, but the statue itself doesn't look like what you think of as a wolf. I believe the ancient breed of Italian wolves doesn't look like North American wolves, if I'm correct. And I wasn't going to go into detail with these little babies, so they're just blobs. I really like these two spreads. So on this side, we have predominantly this greyhound. It was a group of 4 greyhounds that formed the base of, I think it was a table, it was an ancient thing. That's not helpful to say. It was in the museum, though, and I really liked their little pointy faces. My cousin also rescues greyhounds, so there's lots in the family. A few flowers and just some gelato and constant bottles of water and lots of lemonade and coffee. I also ate a lot of strawberries in both England and Italy, and they're so good. They're so much better than strawberries here most of the time. In the Capitoline Museum, if you go to the basement and keep walking, you will find a staircase up that takes you to this secret back portico that overlooks the ancient forum. It is the best view of the forum. It is breezy and cool, and you're high up, and it's like empty, and you can just see everything. It is the best place to go. And this is the way that this archway looked from that point of view. And just a couple of columns I sketched as well. Don't look too closely at this one. I messed up the perspective a fair bit and forgot to paint in the shrubs. I think that's the end of the painting I did, actually. These are a few more details from different things I took photos of. This was a statue's foot that had this absolutely gorgeous sandal on it. It had like a little flower between the toes. Like, that was so cute. I would buy them. Lamppost and just some other things. There's my hand holding a gelato. It looks a lot like my hand. I think that's pretty good. Just some, like, my mom took a photo when we were in the Airbnb of her holding this orange dish soap with oranges because she was eating them a lot, and just I don't know, I just want to draw the orange things. I should really paint these. These would be so much prettier painted. Just a window that I saw that I loved, and a very fancy building between my Airbnb and the Colosseum. I walked through some very interesting neighborhoods with some detached houses that looked like this, and they were huge, and this one was orange. And just like odds and ends. Clearly you get the theme of what it is I like to sketch, which is just like little things I see, or large towers, apparently. And this actually was part of the same object, but I deconstructed it just for clarity when sketching. I really like the tiny little Italian cars. I think they're very cute. And driving there would be very scary to me. These are some more food sketches. I really think I am going to go back and paint some of these because I really like these sketches and they look so much prettier painted in. So we have like a sign from a restaurant. This is like the call buttons for an apartment. There's like, they're on like every building basically. Just like a chandelier light fixture I really liked. This light fixture I think was at the this shop. Kind of looks like the same brand. This was when I went to some cloisters. This is where, oh, it was just a cafe at the top of this like church, I guess. It wasn't, I'm not describing it right because I don't know English words to describe it. It was like cloisters attached to a church, and upstairs was a cafe and art exhibits. And all throughout the downstairs was also exhibits as well. They had a bookshop, and one of the rooms where you could sit and eat was like a really iconic Instagrammable, I don't know, dining room. So there was nowhere to sit in there, so I sat outside, but this is the treats that we had. I had this brownie, which looks unremarkable in sketch form, but I assure you was delicious. And this is some cheesecake and iced coffee. Oh, and that's it. And this was at that same exhibit. There was a neon sign that said this: "Be afraid of the enormity of the possible," and a giant mushroom statue. And that's it. I hope, does that feel like a lot? I mean, I was pretty busy, so I feel like that's not bad for travel sketching, but I have lots of room left in this. And I may, in fact, go back through my photos and add some sketches. I was also working on, while I was traveling, a like travel diary. I used this for it. This was the notebook I bought in Toronto, and it's not very big. So I just did these like, let me find a page that's not too embarrassing. So like I was doing like these little daily sketch notebooks. So like here when I was in York, I went to an art gallery and I just drew some of the little weird statues I saw. I loved these statues. This was like next door to the York City. It was the gardens beside the City Museum. So there you go. And like some things I bought, stuff I saw. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to show all of this because it's a little, look how cute this is though. Yeah, it's a little bit too personal because it's about like my family trip. But this statue was so cute and it says hi. So that's it. That is my sketchbook haul, or my sketchbook tour and my haul for my little trip. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and get some more content out again. Not content. Content makes it sound so dry and boring. I'm going to try and make some more very fun, creative, and cute videos for you guys soon because I miss it and I miss all of you. So thank you so much for your comments. I've been reading them while I've been traveling, responding when I can. And yeah, so I hope we can catch up soon. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Love you lots. Bye.